Welcome everyone. We are going to restart our weekly series on the teachings from our Overcomer Church sermons of every Sunday, and we'll aim to release it every week so that you can follow how we go through the various books of the Bible. We are currently in the book of James, and today we look at James chapter 12 verses 18 to 26, and we have been discussing this with our group, and the key conclusion here for this passage in the book of James is that you cannot separate faith from the works. And the reason that James gives to us is that faith that is based on a regenerated heart, which is the saving faith, meaning that it's safe, that gets you into eternal life, and that is purely by grace. That faith is based on a regenerated heart, and that heart makes you to desire to do the good works, the works that God has laid out in front of you. And these good works are works of compassion predominantly, and they come from the heart. And that is why faith is to believe with your mind as well as with your heart. And if your heart isn't in it, if you're not motivated to do the good works, if you're not motivated to want to imitate Christ in both your behavior and actions, then that faith doesn't mean anything. It is a pure belief in something that you think is true, but in your heart you're not really believing it, because otherwise people could observe that faith and see that faith that you proclaim in your actions. And James wants to make it very clear to us and address the issue that a lot of people just proclaim something and they actually do not believe in that they think it's the truth. They believe it to a certain degree, but they're not fully in it. Sometimes it's even a lack of knowledge or a misconception of the knowledge, a misbelief, a deception that even makes it harder to demonstrate the right actions behind that faith. And that is often a problem why people struggle with faith, because they want to believe in something that actually isn't true. And then of course their action will never match the truth, because already what they know or believe to know is already the wrong thing. But that is why James is so adamant about faith is strongly connected with works, inseparable actually. You cannot separate the two from each other. Once you have the knowledge in your head, in your mind, then your actions will follow. That is ultimately a must. And he brings some example where you can observe the faith of people, specifically when they are tested like Abraham or Rahab. But also when you take the example of demons who know the truth and they shudder, they tremble, because they know that faith, of course, is not saving them. That knowing of the truth is actually condemning them. But that is an extreme example, and James uses it to illustrate his examples with a special oomph. So next time we'll continue with chapter 3. See you then.